Every morning, same routine. I'd ask my boyfriend Julian Fletcher for a ride to work. Every morning, his excuse was the same: people would gossip. Then this morning happened. I was standing at a crosswalk in the downpour when a car hit a puddle and soaked me from head to toe. The driver was Julian, and the girl in his passenger seat was Chloe Bennett, the intern on my team. Welcome to Bibliophile Princess channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Story begins. Seacrest had a brutal rainy season that lasted half the year. Months of endless gray. Julian never once pulled over for me. But for Chloe, every single morning for the past year, rain or shine, he never missed one. A woman next to me handed me a tissue. "That's Seacrest for you. You get used to it." I smiled. I won't have to. My transfer had been approved last week. By next Monday, I'd be in a city where the sun actually showed up year-round. No more standing in the rain, wondering how I was supposed to get anywhere. I made it to the office right on time, still dripping. No time to change. I grabbed my laptop, rushed into the meeting room, and looked straight at Julian. He broke eye contact before a full second passed. A couple of coworkers asked if I was okay. I nodded, picked the chair farthest from him, and sat down. My phone buzzed.
"Julian,
"Why didn't you take a cab today?" I texted back that there was a massive wait on the rideshare app before I even left the apartment. He sent back LOL. I looked up and caught him laughing with Chloe, leaning in, totally at ease. I didn't reply. During the break, the whole room was complaining about the rain. God, we all showed up looking like we swam here. Someone nudged Julian. "Must be nice having your own car. And your department gets better pay, too." "Forget the car. I just want a guy like Julian playing chauffeur every morning." Chloe's living the dream. I took a sip of coffee. It went down bitter. When I first moved to Seacrest, I was all in. Julian and I had a plan: grind together, build a life here. Then he drained our joint savings, every dollar we'd put away for a place together, and bought himself a car. The number of times he actually drove me anywhere? I could count them on one hand, because that car was never for us. It was for him to play hero, for Chloe. The meeting wrapped up. The AC blasted through my damp clothes, and I sneezed. Julian's voice came from behind me. "You should grab some cold medicine." Chloe caught up to me, smiling. "Audrey, I still have the cold medicine Julian bought me. Want me to get it?" "I'm fine, I already ordered some." Julian's concern never went past empty words. After a while, you just learn to handle everything yourself. Julian and Chloe headed to the cafeteria for lunch and asked me to come. I turned them down. My handover deadline was tight, and I didn't have a single hour to waste.
My phone buzzed again. "Julian,
Are you mad?"
Chloe lives way out there."
With rain this bad, I wasn't gonna make her deal with it alone.
"It's just a ride, babe."
Just a ride. Except it was never just once. He followed up with a meme, one from the same sticker pack Chloe always used. "Don't get jealous, she's basically like a little sister. She only moved to Seacrest because I'm here, and she doesn't know anyone else in the city. I'm all she's got. So yeah, I look out for her." Funny how he forgot I'd done the exact same thing. Left everything behind. Moved across the country for him. Yeah, you should. The typing bubble hovered for a few seconds. Then, good. Heels clicked louder down the hall. Chloe dropped into the chair beside me. I looked down at my waterlogged flats. I'd had them forever. The edges were scuffed black. The raw skin on my ankle had turned pale and soft from the rain. A flash of light caught my eye, a reflection off something. Chloe was touching up her lipstick. The tube looked familiar. I'd seen the same one sitting in Julian's online cart last week. Chloe paused and held up the lipstick. "Julian got it for me. A probation gift. Last week marked 3 months since I started here. Last week was also my 5-year anniversary with Julian. He told me he forgot." In the afternoon all hands, the VP made his usual rounds and stopped when he got to me. "Client-facing teams need to look the part."
He paused.
"Chloe's got it figured out after 3 months. Some of you have been here for years and still haven't caught on." Chloe dipped her head, barely hiding a smile. Julian looked at me and said nothing. After the meeting, Valerie Mercer asked me to hang back. The door clicked shut. Valerie squeezed my shoulder. I went through your handover doc. It's thorough, no issues from my end. She went quiet for a moment. You took a pay cut to come here.
Turned down a team lead position.
All for Julian. She shook her head. I never thought it was worth it. I smiled. Valerie and I went to the same college. She graduated a few years ahead of me. She was the only person on the team who knew Julian and I were together. So, what finally snapped you out of it? It wasn't one massive blowout. I came here to be close to him. Now all I wanted was distance. As much of it as I could get. I ran into Julian at the elevator after work. I stepped in, pressed the lobby button, and moved to the far corner, keeping as much space between us as I could. It was just the two of us. He broke the silence first. Why didn't you ride with me? The doors slid open. Chloe squeezed in between us with a pout and swatted Julian on the arm. You snuck out without me. We said we'd leave together. I don't want you waiting around. Julian made a big show of rubbing his arm, laughing. All right, princess. Then Chloe seemed to remember I existed. Audrey, want to ride home with us today? She said it like an afterthought. The elevator hit the lobby. I'm good. I stepped out and Julian caught my wrist. I need to talk to you tonight. Head home early, okay? He said it like it was nothing.
Light. Easy. Easy for him to say.
My commute was 5 subway stops, 1 transfer, and an hour-long bus ride. On rainy days, the line at the station backed up all the way out the door. Trust me, I'd love to get home early, too. I'll try. I've got something to take care of first. I pulled free and walked away without looking back. The smell from a bakery stopped me mid-step. That smell, warm sugar and butter, exactly the way I remembered it. Julian and I used to take the long way home just to stop here, passing a pastry back and forth, letting the whole day melt off us. That felt like someone else's life. A couple sat at our old table out front now. I looked away and pushed open the door to the leasing office next door. Ms. Hayes, your lease is all wrapped up. Just need you out by the weekend. Thanks, I appreciate it. Honestly, the place looks great. You kept it in such good shape it practically rented itself. But all that furniture, the curtains, and everything, you're really leaving it all for the next tenant?
Yeah.
The ergonomic sofa, the blackout curtains, the desk I'd measured to his exact height. I'd hit up every thrift store in the city to find them, and none of it came cheap. But once the feelings were gone, everything you built around them was just furniture. By the time I got home, it was late. I flipped the lights on. Empty. I texted Julian. Were you going to tell me something? He didn't answer for a long time. Chloe wanted to try this restaurant, and it wasn't far, so I took her. I looked up the restaurant. An hour's drive from the office. The place I'd booked for our anniversary was 20 minutes away. He'd said that was too far. We ended up eating at home.
My phone rang. Mom.
Have you two set a date for the wedding yet? If you wait any longer, all the good venues will be booked.
No.
We hadn't. He forgot the gift. He forgot the promise, too, the one where 5 years meant it was time. I didn't say anything for too long, and my mom caught it. He's not going to do it, is he? I knew it. He's stringing you along again. I told you not to follow him out there. You swore he was good to you. And where did that get you? You ended up in the hospital alone. When my ulcer flared up, I could barely move. I called Julian over and over. He never picked up. My mom was the one who called 911 from across the country. The doctor told me if I'd gotten there any later, it could have killed me. I tried to end things the moment I was out of surgery. Julian lost it. He took time off and stayed at the hospital around the clock. I'd wake up at 3 in the morning and find him slumped in the chair beside me, eyes swollen from crying. For a little while, it felt like before. Back then, his phone was always on, always answered. I was the only one who ever rode on the back of his motorcycle. My roommates would complain about their boyfriends texting other girls, and I'd just sit there, the one they all envied. Watching my mom's marriage fall apart made me cynical in my own relationships. I pushed people away before they could hurt me. Julian just kept showing up, no matter how many times I cut him. He tore down every wall I'd built one by one, until I believed he was the exception. He wasn't. After the surgery, I asked him, "Why didn't you pick up?" "A server crashed," he said. "It was critical. I didn't even look at my phone." Chloe had been moving into a new apartment that day. I saw the photos later, Chloe's post, Julian's hands carrying her boxes, her caption calling him her knight in shining armor. I knew he was lying. I didn't call him on it. Not because I was weak. Not because I still loved him. I just needed time to plan my way out. That day was here now. I opened my mouth.
No, Mom.
It's not him. I'm the one who doesn't want to set a date. I've made up my mind. The front door swung open. Julian was standing right there. Made up your mind about what? It's nothing. I hung up. Julian was still standing in the doorway. He had Chloe's suitcase in one hand. He stepped aside and let her walk in first. Chloe breezed past me with a quick, "Hey, Audrey," crouched down at the shoe cabinet and pulled out a pair of slippers like she lived there. Cute patterned ones. I'd seen them on her feed last week. Just bought these slippers, someone's got great taste. So they were for my apartment. My jaw tightened. Why are you showing up at my place with a suitcase this late? Julian shut the door behind them and wheeled the suitcase inside. It's just... Chloe wandered into the kitchen, yanked open the fridge, and shrieked. "Julian, you promised you wouldn't touch my chocolate milk. Liar." I stared at the carton in Chloe's hand, then at Julian. "You bought that for her?" Julian dropped his gaze. For the first time, he actually looked caught. I shut the shoe cabinet. I drank it. Chloe's face relaxed. "Oh, I thought. It's just that Julian always does this. Says he doesn't want any, then finishes my snacks." "No worries, Audrey. Just give me a heads up next time." So now I needed permission to open my own fridge. From her, I turned to Julian. "Do you bring her here a lot?" "Not really. A few times. There was nothing to drink here last week, so I picked some stuff up for her." Funny how every single one of those visits happened while I was out of town on business. So, why bring her over tonight, when I'm actually home? Julian's face tightened. "It's not what you think." "What exactly am I supposed to think?" He sighed like I was the one being difficult. Chloe cut in. "Audrey, I'm sorry about all this. We've got a business trip tomorrow morning, and Julian thought it'd be easier to head straight to the airport from here." Convenience mattered when it was Chloe. When it was me, all he cared about was what people would think. Since when is there a business trip? Julian went still. "It got scheduled last week." "That's what I wanted to tell you tonight. We're closer to the airport from here. She gets to sleep in an extra hour." I almost laughed. So this was what he needed to tell me. No. "You two can get a hotel." Julian snapped upright. "What the hell is that supposed to mean?" Chloe stood up, flustered. "Audrey, it's not like that. I have a boyfriend." "Julian, maybe I should just go." Julian grabbed her hand and rounded on me. "Seriously, Audrey? That's low, even for you. The VP embarrassed you today, and now you're taking it out on Chloe? How is any of this her fault? She didn't make it rain. We've got a guest room. What's the big deal if she crashes here for one night?" "Nothing. Nothing at all. I was just done making excuses for him. When my best friend of 10 years came to visit, Julian wouldn't let her sleep in the guest room. His reason? He claimed he was a germaphobe. A few months later, that germophobia had magically disappeared. He'd stay up half the night texting Chloe when she couldn't sleep, even knowing she had a boyfriend. He was perfectly capable of taking care of someone. It just wasn't me. "You wouldn't even let my best friend stay in the guest room." I finally said out loud. Julian's expression went dark. Chloe's eyes welled up. "I'm sorry, Audrey. I never meant to come between you two. I'll go right now." She pulled the door open and glanced back at Julian on her way out. He watched her leave, then turned to me, his eyes like ice. "Happy now? You just threw her out in the middle of the night." He paused. "God, you're turning into your mother." My heart stopped. I thought I was past the point where he could hurt me. I was wrong. He shouldered past me, grabbing his own duffel bag and Chloe's suitcase, then crouched down and scooped up the slippers she'd left by the door. I blinked hard against the sting behind my eyes. "We're done." He stopped at the door and looked back at me with a scoff. "Don't think I'm staying just because you're pulling this." Is threatening a breakup the only move you've got? He'd never looked at me like that before. Pure contempt, not even trying to hide it. I dug my nails into my palms. The lease is done. We need to be out by the weekend. The door slammed shut behind him. The force of the slam knocked our framed photo off the back of the door. It hit the floor, scattering shards of glass everywhere. I crouched down and started picking up the pieces. Don't hang it there. It'll fall. No, it won't. He'd been so sure. Said it would be fine as long as neither of us slammed the door during a fight, then yelped when I swatted him for being cocky. 3 years I'd opened and closed that door gently, keeping that photo safe. He shattered it in 1 second. A sharp sting hit my fingertip. Blood smeared across the photo, across both our faces. I stared at it for a long time before I could look away. 3 years in this apartment. There was so much to pack up. The fridge was covered in magnets from every trip we'd taken together. The stuffed animals on the bed, we'd blown whole weekends at the arcade, winning those. Movie stubs, the snow globe from the night he first said he loved me. The record he'd bought with his very first paycheck. I shoved it all into a box and left it by the apartment dumpsters. I packed the rest of his clothes into trash bags, set them by the door, took a photo, and sent it to him. He didn't reply. He was too busy posting. Day 1 of the trip, dinner with Chloe at a little seaside cabin restaurant in the next city over. The place I'd picked for our anniversary. Day 2, they caught the last day of an exhibition I'd been wanting to see. I scrolled back through our messages and found what he'd said when I'd sent him the listing. Let's talk about it later. Kinda busy, are. He wasn't busy. He just wanted to go with someone else. The rest of the week, I went to work like nothing had changed. A couple of coworkers cornered me. Audrey, what's going on with you and Julian? Word is that trip was supposed to be yours. He went to his manager and swapped you out for Chloe. I just shrugged and kept typing. How are you not losing it? That project lands, and it's a guaranteed quarterly bonus. You two built it from scratch. You're really gonna let her take the credit and walk away with it. I stood up and squared the stack of papers on my desk. I've made my peace with it. Sometimes you just have to cut your losses. Someone spotted the transfer paperwork in my hand, and their jaw dropped. You're leaving? I smiled and made my rounds, saying goodbye to each of them. I was just stepping out of a storm that was never going to clear. Before the plane took off, I called Julian. Once, twice, 3 times. He picked up on the 5th try, except it wasn't him. Hey, Audrey. Julian's in the shower. Anything I can pass along? There it was. That little edge of triumph she'd never quite managed to hide. The mask was finally off. Just tell him to check his messages and pick up his stuff. I hung up. The plane lifted off right on schedule. I leaned against the window and watched Seacrest's gray sky sink below me, and for the first time in years, I smiled. The rain had finally stopped. Julian knocked on the bathroom door. Hey, where's my phone? Did anyone call? Chloe pursed her lips, watching him carefully. Audrey called. He grabbed the phone from her. What did she say? Not much. Just asked when you'd be back. Julian relaxed. A smile tugged at his mouth. Then Chloe kept going. She still seemed pretty upset, though. When I picked up for you, she kind of told me to stay in my lane. He pinched the bridge of his nose, jaw tight. We're heading back tomorrow morning. What? Julian, you said we'd check out the city this weekend. That whiny voice usually worked on him, but all he could think about was Audrey Hayes. 4 days away, and she hadn't texted him once. He kept replaying the last time he'd seen her face, that look in her eyes, like the light behind them had gone out. The thought made his chest seize. Pack tonight. He turned and walked out without looking back. He didn't see the look that crossed Chloe's face, the mask finally slipping, nothing like the sweet girl she pretended to be. The drive back went smoothly. He pulled up in front of the office building. I'm heading up to drop off the paperwork. You can take the subway from here. He leaned across and pushed her door open. Chloe stared at him. You're ditching me so you can go find Audrey? Julian, do you even know what she... Chloe. His voice was quiet but final. Whatever's going on between me and Audrey, that's between us. And last night, what you said about Audrey telling you to stay in your lane, that was a lie. I know her. She'd never say that. Chloe's teeth sank into her bottom lip. Her eyes darted away. He sighed. Get out of the car, Chloe. You're young. I won't hold this against you. He stood waiting for the elevator, watching the floor numbers tick down, and his mind drifted. Fresh out of college, he'd been broke. But splitting a $10 street cart hot dog outside the office with Audrey, that had been enough. He used to watch the office crowd through the window. Every hair in place, not a wrinkle in sight. Even in the rain, sliding into their cars without a second thought. Then he'd look at Audrey next to him, picking out the best pieces and pushing them onto his plate, grinning the whole time. No makeup, but her whole face lit up when she smiled. He told himself he'd give her a good life one day. A car on rainy days. No more getting soaked. Heels she could actually wear without worrying about puddles. He'd made every one of those promises to Audrey. He'd kept every one of them for Chloe. At first, it was only once or twice. Then his manager saw Chloe climbing out of his car and pulled him aside, told him to be careful about how it looked. He'd rushed to explain. She was just an intern from work. But then the thought crept in. What would he have said if Audrey had been the one getting out of his car? After he got the car, the same coworkers who used to ignore him suddenly couldn't stop telling him how well he was doing. Even the trust fund kid on the team, the one who constantly flexed on everyone, nodded and said it was a nice ride. Something loosened in Julian's chest. He got addicted to the validation, and Audrey disappeared into the background. After a while, he stopped noticing. He got used to her patience, got used to her never complaining, got used to leaving her in the rain, got used to dropping everything the second Chloe needed him. It wasn't until Audrey was being wheeled into surgery that it hit him, what he'd actually done. So he made another promise, and broke it again. The elevator chimed, and the doors slid open. He'd fix it, starting with this project. He strode across the floor toward Audrey's desk, papers in hand. His arm froze mid-reach. The desk was empty, cleared out. He stared at it, looked away, looked back, still empty. He pulled out his phone with shaking hands and dialed. An automated voice told him the number was no longer in service. He opened their chat. Empty now, everything deleted, and typed. Audrey, I was wrong. I'm done with Chloe, I swear. You'll come first. You always should have. We'll present the project together on Monday. Where's your stuff? Did you switch desks? Not delivered. Alert popped up beneath the text a few seconds. Later, the message hadn't gone through. None of them would ever again. He tore down to the garage and turned the key. The tank was empty. Julian slammed the steering wheel. Rain hit him the second he stepped outside. He pulled up the rideshare app. No drivers available and surge pricing was through the roof. For the first time in a year, he took the subway. The car was packed, hot and reeked. Julian shut his eyes and tried not to think. 2 hours of transfers and crowds later, he was finally standing outside the apartment door. His shoes had been trampled on the subway and were soaked through. For the first time, he understood why Audrey hated the rain here. Back when they used to commute together, the trip felt like nothing. They'd talk the whole way, and the time would vanish. But she'd been making this trip alone for a year. He was starting to realize what kind of person he'd been. Julian punched in the door code, desperate to get inside, to hold her, to say everything he should have said months ago. The lock beeped. Wrong code. He frowned, tried again slowly, one digit at a time. Still wrong. Something cold slid through his chest. He started pounding on the door. Audrey, open the door, please. I know I messed up. Nothing. He kept pounding. The motion sensor light in the hallway flickered off and back on. Then the door swung open, but it wasn't Audrey. A stranger stood there, guarded. Who the hell are you? Who the hell are you? Julian shoved past him into the apartment. 2 steps in, he stopped. The furniture was all there, the same pieces, but the place felt gutted. The fridge door was bare. Every magnet, every decoration she'd loved, all of it gone. A couple of black trash bags sat by the door, his clothes. The new tenant shoved him back. Julian stumbled, caught himself on his hands against the floor, and hissed. A stray shard of glass fit into his palm. Glass? His mind went blank. Why would there be glass on the floor? Oh, you're the ex. Take your stuff and get out. I only kept it because you left all that furniture behind. The new tenant looked down at Julian, still on the floor, and lost his patience. You still here? Move it, or I'm calling the cops. Julian stood in the lobby, the trash bags in his hands, still trying to process it. She was gone. The tenant's last words were still ringing in his ears. How should I know where she went? Aren't you supposed to be her boyfriend? It finally landed. The breakup wasn't a bluff. It wasn't a tantrum. She'd meant it. And the girl who used to look at him like he was her whole world was gone. The sky in Sunhaven was always blue, wide open, not a cloud. Valerie called just as I was locking up my bike. Julian showed up again. Am I seriously the only person he can think to ask? Funny how he's panicking now. Where was all this energy before? Yeah, sorry. He keeps bothering you. She sighed. Don't worry about it. I got rid of him. So, how's Sunhaven treating you? Really good. My new place was a 10-minute bike ride from the office. No more 2-hour commutes. Nobody to tell me the guest room was off limits. I'd adopted the cutest puppy. The sun here was soft and warm, and I hadn't touched an umbrella since I'd arrived. The team was great, and a real opportunity had landed in my lap almost immediately. I was still mid-sentence when I heard a commotion on Valerie's end. The phone rustled, and suddenly it wasn't Valerie's voice anymore. Audrey, you're in Sunhaven? Where? I'm coming right now. The line went dead. Valerie must have snatched the phone back. I didn't let it ruin my morning. The new project had my full attention, exactly the kind of challenge I'd been craving. The only problem was the past kept showing up uninvited. It started with texts from an unknown number. I bought all the furniture back, but it's not the same. It doesn't smell like our place anymore. The apartment dumpsters still had the bags. You really don't want any of it? 5 years of us. I sold the car. It's pouring today, and the water by the subway station was up past my ankles.
I'm sorry.
I didn't know it was like this. For a second, I could feel it again, the rain soaking through my... He hadn't just found out. He'd always known. He just forgot the commute, forgot the flooded streets, and now so had I. The day after I blocked his number, a different unknown number called. I let it ring 3 times before I picked up. Someone was sobbing on the other end. It took me a second to realize it was Chloe. Audrey, Julian won't answer my calls anymore. I let her talk. I wasn't going to comfort her. I really didn't mean to ruin things between you two. We've always been like this. We were like family. Julian isn't great with words, but I know he really wanted to marry you. He just looks after me like I'm his little sister. I cut her off. Cut the act. Just tell me what you really want. Audrey, I think you two belong together. Just give Julian one more chance. I smiled. You think I'm good for him, because I made a great doormat. I stayed quiet while you had him all to yourself. You liked that I never made a scene. It meant he could drop everything for you whenever you called, guilt-free. Pretty sweet deal you had. All the perks of having a boyfriend without any of the commitment. A few seconds of silence. Then her voice dropped the sweet act. So, what do you want? You had the title. You were the girlfriend. You think that would have even happened if Julian and I had gone to the same college? I already backed off. All I wanted was to be part of his life. Why do you have to make me the villain? Her logic had the same airless, endless quality as the rain in Seacrest. The caller ID showed a Sunhaven area code. I already knew he was in the city. I raised my voice and called over my shoulder. Asterisk Julian, did you catch all that? Chloe panicked and hung up. Julian stepped out from the stairwell, white as a sheet. I'm sorry, Audrey. I wanted to see how you were doing. His mouth was a thin, tight line. I'm doing great. I'd be doing even better if you two stopped showing up. I'd guessed right. Something shifted in his eyes, but he couldn't help himself. Don't be mad at her. She's young. She doesn't know how to say things right. Defending Chloe, even now, it was automatic. I stepped back from his reaching hand. Audrey, she's just used to leaning on me. I swear I'll set boundaries. Real ones this time. I'll put you first. Oh, so she can't lean on you anymore? What happened to being her knight in shining armor? Guess that doesn't mean much when it stops being convenient. Julian froze. He had no idea how I knew any of this. I unlocked my phone and pulled up Chloe's Instagram. Every day, there was another carefully curated post on her close friend story. The most recent one, the two of them in hotel bathrobes on the business trip, faces inches apart. Scroll back further, moving day. She'd called him her knight and said she wanted to lean on him forever. Julian's face lost what little color it had left. So you knew, the whole time, you knew I was at her place that day. I nodded. Why didn't you say anything? When you still care, you demand explanations. Once you don't care anymore, you just walk away. Like I told my mom, I'd made up my mind. Is that why you left without saying goodbye? I stared at him. You just disappeared. No warning, no explanation, nothing. My hand froze on the door handle. I opened our chat history. Are you serious right now? I told you the night you walked out. I texted you to pick up your stuff. I called 5 times. Didn't Chloe pass any of that along? Julian went still. It was coming back to him now, her voice behind the door that night. The phone call he'd only caught the tail end of, but he'd slammed the door. He hadn't listened. He'd chosen not to. The realization hit him in stages, and each one broke something in his face. The glass in his palm. The blood smeared across their photo. 4 days of silence. The way Chloe had stumbled over her words when she'd answered Audrey's call. It all connected now. He stepped forward, desperate to explain. But the door slammed shut before he could get a word out. So this was what it felt like to be on the other side. The anonymous text stopped. But every morning, Julian was waiting outside my office building. And every day, something new showed up at the front desk with my name on it. Day 1, our photo, the one from the door, reframed. The glass was perfect again. Our faces looked the way they did the day we graduated, young and untouched. Day 2, a stack of prepaid gift cards and open reservations. Every restaurant I'd ever sent him, every link he'd never clicked. Somehow he'd booked them all. Day 3, a bank card. The balance was a little more than what the car had cost. Every dollar he drained from our savings, plus extra. Day 4, a ring. The one we'd picked out together back when we still talked about forever. Day 5, the signature pastry from our bakery, the one we used to deter for on the walk home. I took the box and went downstairs to find him. He smiled, but there was something careful in his eyes. What's wrong? You don't like that flavor anymore? You don't have to do all this. It's over, Julian. I know. Julian's eyes were wet. Is there really no chance? Not even a small one? He said he'd put it all together. Chloe was the one who deleted the texts I sent him that night. If I'd seen them, I would have come straight home. I would have fought for us. I never would have let you go. You still don't get it. You didn't lose me over a few deleted messages. You lost me every single time you chose her over me. Chloe didn't destroy us. You did. I gave back the gift cards, the ring, and the pastry. I took the photo out of its frame, tore my half off, and handed the rest back to him. I only kept the bank card. What he owed me, we're even. No. At least let me make it up to you. All those restaurants you sent me, we never went to a single one. And the car I'll drive you. Every day, rain or shine. I'll never let you go through that again. The ring, his voice cracked. I should have given you this on our anniversary. I watched him fall apart and shook my head. I don't want any of it anymore. I turned to leave. He grabbed my hand. I looked back and saw him sobbing, really sobbing, his face wrecked, nothing held back. I'd never seen him cry like that. One more chance. Just one, please. You had 5 years of chances. I reminded him, the hospital, the promises, all of it. After that last night in the apartment, I'd weighed everything. 5 years of us on one side, the person he'd become on the other. At first, it was a battle. The memories still pulled hard. But day by day, the feelings just faded. He'd already made his choice a long time ago. He always chose Chloe. So, I chose myself. Julian's lips were trembling. The ring slipped from his fingers and hit the pavement. He didn't move to pick it up. He just stood there, and watched it roll away. After that day, nothing else showed up at the front desk. The project wrapped up not long after. At the team celebration, one of the girls was venting about her boyfriend having zero boundaries with other girls. I smiled into my glass. Honestly, Audrey, staying single is the move. No drama, no dead weight. I clinked glasses with her and patted her shoulder. Hey, whatever happened to that guy who used to wait outside for you every morning? Yeah, was he your ex? Pretty cute, kind of had that broody thing going on. I shook my head. Ancient history. Forget him. Tonight's about you. Everybody raise a glass for our brand new team lead. That's right. Men are temporary, promotions are forever. I grinned and raised my glass to moving up. The next day, my best friend sent me a screenshot. A message request from an account she'd circled in red, followed by a wall of text that opened with an apology. Is this your ex?
Yep.
So he finally grew a conscience. I still don't know how you put up with him for that long. I smiled and changed the subject. At the end of the month, I sat in on my first team lead meeting. I scrapped the old slide deck and built a new format. No filler, just each project's highlights and takeaways for the month. 5 minutes flat. Team results, next month's client pipeline done. Even the VP, the one who never had anything nice to say, smiled. Audrey's format is exactly what we need. Tight, clear, gets to the point. I want every team using this going forward. I exhaled and let myself smile. Valerie's DM came through a second later. A nailed it gif. Killed it. I always knew you had it in you. Should have come to Sunhaven sooner. This is where you were meant to be. I looked out the window. Sunhaven was good to me. It was close enough to home that I could visit my mom on weekends. The sun showed up every day here, nothing like Seacrest's moody skies. But there was a time when I loved the rain. 2 people under one umbrella, pressed so close I could feel his warmth through my sleeve. My heart beat louder than the drops hitting the fabric above us. Until one umbrella became 2. Until the walk home became mine alone. If I hadn't lived through Seacrest's rain, I might never have found my way here. Did you hear? Julian and Chloe both got fired. I raised my eyebrows. That deal was basically locked in, but Chloe posted a selfie during the trip and caught the open confidential documents on the desk behind her. All those selfies she'd posted from Julian's car. Of course, she couldn't help herself. The company lost the client. Management traced the leak, and Julian went down with her. Word's gotten around the whole industry. Good luck to either of them finding work after this. I didn't expect to see Chloe sitting across from me in an interview the very next day. When she saw me, her face froze. I sat through her stumbling introduction and quietly messaged my team to find out how her resume had made it past the industry blacklist. 3 days after the interview results went out, she was blocking the lobby entrance. Audrey, you rigged my interview. I'm reporting you. Coworkers slowed down to stare. The attention seemed to fuel her, and she got louder. I have a degree from a top school and direct industry experience. The HR recruiter said I was a perfect fit. I know you have a problem with me because of Julian, but I never came between you two. Please don't take this out on my career. She lunged forward and grabbed my arm, causing a desperate scene. I crossed my arms and pulled away. Go ahead, report it. Just know that by the time your complaint goes through, the HR rep who pushed your resume past the blacklist will already be clearing out his desk. She looked up, stunned. Julian wasn't useful anymore, so Chloe had found someone new to lean on in Sunhaven. I only learned later that the boyfriend my coworker had been venting about in the celebration, the one with zero boundaries, had been the recruiter who brought her in. I looked past her and turned to walk away. Chloe's face twisted with rage. She reached into her bag. Watch out. I spun around. Julian slammed into Chloe from out of nowhere, and they both hit the ground. Julian clutched his stomach, blood spreading across his shirt. A switchblade in Chloe's hand clattered to the pavement. She tried to run. Security caught her before she made it 10 feet. She was arrested for attempted murder. I heard the families tried to settle it privately and couldn't. Whatever history they'd shared, a lifetime of it was gone. I visited Julian the day he was discharged. The wound had left complications that would never fully heal. He looked like he'd lost half his body weight. He took the flowers from me. Asterisk, last time you gave me flowers was graduation day. I nodded.
Yeah.
That was a good day. Something lit up in his eyes for a second, then faded. I wish we could have stayed there. I didn't pull on that thread. I said goodbye and left. He was the only one still standing in the past.
Me?
I'd already walked out of the rain.
The end.
Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Comment down below what you'd like to see next. See you in the next one.